So again, hello. I am Marijoy C. Salting of BTVTED FSM3. So this is our final reading session in English with my tutor, Melanie De La Cruz from Rizal Region National High School, grade 7. So today we will read the story about the legend of the Hundred Islands. So
The Legend of the Hundred Islands. One day, bad news broke out that an invading force was coming from across the sea. Immediately, the Raja called for a council of meeting among his chieftains. The group finally decided to meet the enemy at sea. They must not be allowed to land, asserted Raja Masubeg. 100 of the bravest warriors were summoned. They boarded in 10 large bangkas, armed to the teeth. Datu Makisbeg commanded the task force in the lead bangka. Not long enough, the two forces were soon locked in mortal combat. Furious encounter. True hand-to-hand fighting broke out on the boats and raged until the sun sank in the west and darkness covered the sea. When morning came, none of the 100 warriors returned alive. The enemy was nowhere to be seen. They had been annihilated, and so were the 100 warriors led by the intrepid son. The kingdom celebrated the victory, but on the other land, the old Raja mourned for his son. Several days, the townspeople were so surprised, seeing a wonderful sight in the sea. They were so fascinated with the many tiny islands dotting the sea line. There were about 100 of these islets. Some of the islands were shaped like overturned bangkas, while others looked like bodies of men floating in the sea. The people believed that these were on 100 warriors who had sacrificed their lives in defense of their homes. For the people of Alaminos to remember them, the gods had immortalized them in the force of islands so that they will watch over their native land forever.
So very good, Melanie. So thank you for your improvements. Truly, you improve on reading. So that's all po. Thank you. So hello, good day everyone. I am Mary JC Salty of BTVTED FSM3. So this is our final reading session in Filipino with my tutor, Melanie De La Cruz from Rizal Region National High School, 13 years old, grade 7. So ngayon po, babasahin namin ang tungkol sa green park sa bawat subdivision.
Green Parks about subdivision. Iginiit kahapon ni Congresswoman Cynthia Villar ang agarang pagsasabata sa kanyang House Bill 1210 o Green Parks Act of 2004 na naglalayang magtatag ng mga green parks sa lahat ng mga subdivision sa bansa para sa proteksyon ng kapaligiran lalo na sa mga syudad at lungsod. Ito ay matapos pagtibayin ng House Committee on Housing and Urban Development ang panukalan ni Villar na nakahain ngayon sa mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso. Ang programang pagpabahay ng gobyerno ay dapat na bagayan ng malinis na kapaligiran. Kaya tama lamang na maglaan ang bawat subdivision, maging ito man ay residential, commercial at industrial, ng bakanteng lote na pagtatamnan ng mga puno at halaman upang ito ay maging parke. Anne Villar. Sa ilalim ng panukala, mahigit 30 puno ang itatanim sa bawat ektaryang sakop ng isang subdivision. Kapag tuluyang naging batas, ang mga naitayo ng subdivision bago pa man ang panukala ay masasakop na rin ng Green Parks Act. Ang mga homeowners association na magtatayo ng green park sa kanilang subdivision ay makakuha ng libreng boto at halamang itatanim mula sa DENR at DA. Maglalaan din ng libreng gamit at artesian wells ang naturang mga departamento para sa pagmimintina ng naturang mga parke.
So, maraming salamat sa inyong mabilis na pagbabasa. So, diyan po nagtatapos ang aming reading sessions.